It's rainy season. What's ripening, YouTube? We've had a whole bunch of rain the last few days, and I haven't been out here to check in a while, so I wanted to see what's going on in my front yard. It looks like sapodillas are flowering once again. We've still got some fruit on them from last time. Let's see. There's some fruit up there in the high parts of the tree. And then check this out. These are all, I haven't been hand pollinating. This is my sugar apple tree. There's one. There's one. There's one. There's one. There's one. More and more and more. Oh, it's really windy out here. Sugar apples are going crazy. My jackfruit tree is still just putting out the male flowers. No females yet. Let's see what else we got. A bunch of avocados starting to form. These won't be ready for a while. Here's my Cary mango. This one already fruited once, and then it dropped all the fruit and then set new fruits. So these are a little bit later than some of the other ones. Here's a moringa tree. There's a unknown annona. I had one fruit over here last time I checked to see if it's still here. No, I think it fell off. Let's see what else we got here. So this is my front yard, and this has been planted, well, the avocado and the sapodilla that you already saw, they were here when I bought the house. Everything else is new, basically. Here's my lemon zest. Got a couple mangoes there. More moringa here. Here's another mango called coggshall. Kind of a lumpy shaped fruit, but a really pretty tree. Dark green leaves. Here's another sugar apple with a ton of fruits here. There's one, there's one, there's one. Another one here. A bunch of little ones coming in. It's still flowering. There's more, there's one. There's one, there's one, there's one. On and on and on. I'm walking through longevity spinach. These flowers are called 4 o'clocks. They smell really good in the afternoon when they open up. There's some beauty berry, starfruit tree, tons of Katuk starting to fill in here. Kind of creating like a privacy wall with Katuk. More moringa, some chaya here. I don't really usually eat this, but every time I cut it back, it grows back, so I can't really get rid of it. Here's an atemoya called Geffner. I'm getting my first little fruit sets here. I have not been hand pollinating yet, so we'll see how it goes with the way I'm doing it now. And if it doesn't set anything, then I'll start hand pollinating next time. These are all the pineapples that, if any of you have been following me for a while, I did an experiment where I took one pineapple top and I cut it into a bunch of pieces, like wedges, and I planted them in little pots, and they actually sprouted, and these are all the new sprouts. So they're still doing fine. They still haven't fruited. Probably another year away from that. Here's another mango called Malika. These are small right now. I think they're going to be later this year. And then here's my big boy. This is the mango tree that was here when we bought the house. It's called Kent. Well, it wasn't labeled. We're pretty sure it's a Kent mango though. And usually we don't get these until sometime pretty late in the summer, like August or September. But this year it's early June, and these fruits are getting pretty close. I think we're going to be having Kent mangoes in June, which is pretty unusual. Yeah, these are pretty good size, the size of my head. Pretty good size mangoes, and they're absolutely amazing flavor. No fiber, beautiful orange flesh. Let's see, here's some more mangoes. I think these ones are ready to pick. These are called Glen. Let's see. Glen, I think these could probably be picked. Yeah. See, that's clear. When you pick it and the clear sap comes out, that's a good indicator that it was ready. But you'll also notice when I pick it, if it squirts out the sap, I don't know if that caught that on the film, but when it squirted out like that, you have to be really careful with these, because if that gets in your eyes, it will burn like you wouldn't believe. Let me see if there's any more mangoes. Yeah, here's another one. I'm just gonna go ahead and pick these since. See that? I hope you can see that. It's squirting out like that. You always want to point these away from you, especially away from your face, but it can burn your skin too. A lot of people are really sensitive. Here's another one. That one was fully ripe because it didn't even squirt out the juice. But I'm gonna go ahead and pick this whole tree. Says, while I'm out here, this is the first year I've allowed this tree to fruit. I think that was it. I think I thinned out the fruit on this one because I want the tree to be healthy more than anything. I don't know if you can't smell this, but this is called sweet almond. These smell awesome. Woo-wee. That smells good. Let's see, I got cherry of the Rio Grande. They've already fruited earlier, and oh, here we go. We're getting some new flowers, so let's see, can you see that? Got new flowers coming on. I only see a couple, so it might not be a real heavy fruit set. This tree is fruiting pretty heavy. This is called the Muntingia Calabura. Here's what this makes. These little red berries, they taste like cotton candy. It's also called Jamaican cherry. Yeah, there's a ton on this. These trees go really, really fast. Let me see if you can see this. They go super fast, and they fruit once it gets hot and rainy. They just don't stop. They're just constant. My son loves these things. He comes out here and wants to pick them every day. So continuing on, this is a little Calamondin tree. It sets a lot of little fruits. It looks like it's flowering to set more fruits again. When they turn ripe, they get this kind of orange color, and they're pretty good for making lemonades, or it's just a sour citrus, kind of like a kumquat. You can actually eat the whole thing. The skin has kind of a sweet flavor, and the actual flesh is kind of bitter and sour. Here's another sugar apple. These sugar apples that I have, they're from seeds that I brought back from Thailand, and this is year 4 from seed. So they're just now going into like a real production. Here's another nice size. Got a bunch of pretty nice size. The reason you're seeing these kind of wonky shaped fruits is because I didn't hand pollinate them. So they're not getting completely, they don't get complete pollination, so the fruits are kind of lopsided. Which I don't mind, that's okay. Here's my Barbados cherries. I cut these way back, so they're just recovering, but I do see that there's some flowers coming on now, so we should get some fruit set later. Here's another Grumi Chama, setting a bunch of flowers, which is really late. Usually I get these, I would have already had the fruit by now in May, but this time they're just not going. Coconuts are just starting to get going. That one hasn't made anything. That one's made like one coconut. Here's the Rollinia, which had flowered, and it looks like because of the drought, it looks like it dropped all those flowers. Here's a Jujube. These grow super fast. I cut this back, like way back last year, and it's almost back to where it started from. Really crazy growth. If you plant a Jujube tree, make sure you give it a lot of space, or make sure you're gonna maintain it. Here's a couple more coconuts. These I planted a couple years ago, and I'm gonna be digging those up and moving them to the farm, because eventually we're gonna be moving out of this house. So I want to take as many things with me as I can. This is I got one more tree to show you back here. I saw it flowering. Let's see if it made any fruit. You can get through here. This is a black sapote. Ooh, I don't know. Black sapote. Unfortunately, this tree, it's the grafted tree. Unfortunately, I had to move it twice, so it's really suffered. There's a nice, oh, there's a lizard. It looks like it had set some flowers, but again, I think the drought kind of killed it. Now that we've had some rain, I can see a lot of new growth coming on, so maybe it'll set flowers again and try to fruit, because it should fruit by now. Most of my bananas that I have left are kind of random. I moved the bananas that I wanted over to the farm, so that's why I'm kind of skipping the bananas. I got a lot of this Katuk. This is the time of year this stuff just goes nuts. This one's a variegated type. You can see right there. And then over here is the regular green style, and you can see it's going to flower. And it'll set seed, and then I'll have a bajillion little Katuk seedlings to replace the ones whenever I take these. The Katuk does really well in the shade, so that's why I have it over here on the north side of the house. Nothing else really does that great there. I had pineapples there, and it just never grew. They were happy, but they didn't produce any fruit, so I moved them back around to the front yard. This is that galangal or ka you make Thai soup out of. This is called Monstera deliciosa. Doesn't have any fruit set yet, but another really good shady fruit tree. Got a little bit of banana, a little tiny little banana rack up there. Honestly, kind of a pathetic little banana rack. Those are an Orinoco. I'm waiting for some of my pineapples to start producing, because I relocated a bunch of them, so kind of waiting for them to, like, this is definitely healthy enough and ready to fruit, so we might have fruit set later this year. We'll have to wait and see. This is that Okinawa spinach. This is lemongrass, more Katuk. There's some different gingers. Those are pomegranate bushes. This is something I got from a buddy of mine named Tyler. He gave me this thing called jack bean, and I never grew it before. But check these out. These are humongous bean pods. There's a bunch of them. It's funny. There's 3 of them here, and it's kind of made like a tripod, which is holding up this plant. And I have another plant planted over there. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of climbing up the rail. The other day when I came home, and the vine looked like it was touching the doorbell at the front of the house. The vine was just reaching out and going dink. Kind of funny. Up here in the front, I've got a bunch of bananas. Looks like the wind knocked this guy out, unfortunately. So that kind of sucks. I've been wanting this one to fruit so I could figure out what the variety is, because I got a couple of random. I'm getting bit by mosquitoes. A couple of random ones. And then here's one of my favorites right here. It's probably terrible lighting, but that's the Namoa banana. This is a tall Namoa. You can see it's just now putting out the fruit. The tree in the background is the avocado. Namoa is one of the best growing ones around here. I have a dwarf one that I grow a lot of at my house, or not at my house, at the farm. That's the tall version. I'm going to be cutting these pups, like probably that pup, this pup, and then maybe I'll leave this one to grow and maintain this little bunch of them here. I used to have a lot more bananas here, but like I said, I moved them. But that's it for now. That's what's going on here. Today is June 7th. It's actually my son's 3rd birthday. It's rainy season. I think we just had a tornado. Just don't blow over my bananas. What?